Active addiction is hopelessness. When you're in it, and you know, you realize you're at the point where you're like, I need help, you feel completely broken and hopeless.
Originally built as a hospital for the chronically ill, this facility behind me, a few miles back on Moon Island, was known as Long Island Recovery Center. And for many struggling addicts here in Boston, it was known as the road to recovery.
There used to be a large number of emergency shelter beds on the island and recovery services, treatment for substance use.
And the buses would go straight to Long Island. There was the Anchor Inn, there was a whole bunch of programs.
The City of Boston owns Long Island Recovery Center, but the City of Quincy owns the island the center is built on. Mayor Thomas Koch of Quincy tells me the center operated for years with the 64-year-old bridge that connected Boston's sick and homeless to the small island in Boston Harbor.
Now, over that time, the bridge was dilapidated and they had to take it down. And the buildings out on the campus of Long Island are in tough shape as well.
According to Boston City Councilor Michelle Wu, there was no plan to help the afflicted in the works before the center closed in 2014.
In October of that year, the bridge was shut down, but without a comprehensive plan to address homelessness or substance use across the city.
After its closure, Mayor Martin Walsh of Boston promised to reopen the center, but a legal battle with the City of Quincy has thrown a wrench in those plans, and he's had to resort to less effective alternatives.
The immediate aftermath was that over 1,000 folks were displaced, and then there was a new emergency shelter built in the South End on Southampton Street, but the opiate crisis has only grown since then.
Walsh set up a large tent close to the Boston Medical Center called the Engagement Center. Local addicts tell me this was not an effective location for a recovery center. Just a short distance away is a mile-long street known as Methadone Mile. Over the years, this part of Boston has been adopted by drug addicts. Former addict Ashley Tenzar believes its location has caused the tent to become less of a center for recovery and more of a center for drug use.
My son used to sit on Mass Ave on the pavement all night smoking methamphetamines. All night. The dealer would be right there. The heroin dealer's at the entrance to the tent where my son was killed.
According to Mayor Walsh's press office, the promise he made to reopen the Island Center involves a $92 million restoration project on the bridge. But Koch of Quincy says he and Walsh don't see eye to eye regarding this restoration.
And my issue with that is not the programs. My issue is the bridge, because all the traffic comes through a very narrow road through some very residential neighborhoods of my city.
But there was also another issue Koch says they faced with this bridge: an uptick in crimes like breaking and entering.
People stealing, looking for money for their habits. So that was also a quality of life issue relating to this, because the vans would then pick them up from the station and take them to the island.
Koch tells me he's discussed these concerns with Walsh, suggesting ferry transportation onto the island instead of creating traffic once again by restoring the bridge. But the mayor of Boston is insisting they pursue his plan to restore things how they were, which has resulted in a lawsuit against the City of Quincy. This week, Mayor Martin Walsh announced that the Suffolk Superior Court ruled in favor of restoring the Long Island Bridge. Walsh says he hopes to work together with the City of Quincy to move forward with this project.
Any treatment centers that open are good. It doesn't matter if it's on an island or it's in the middle of the city. Any kind of treatment that we can get back that we've lost would be tremendous.
Reporting in Quincy, Danielle Seda.